So today I decided that I was going to do an Age of Empires 2 Fast Castle video. I've seen other Fast Castle videos in the past, and while they are certainly helpful, and I would recommend any of the ones that I've seen, I've decided to post my own little spin on them. I'm sure it's not the most effective, but not being an elite Age of Empires player, I may not be used to some of the micromanaging that some of the better players are, and for someone who is more at my level, this video will hopefully show you the better way, in my opinion, to get a fast castle. So a couple of things about the game settings here. It's a standard random game. I play on a random civilization. Obviously your own civilization doesn't matter, whatever one you choose. They all have their perks and their negative points there. It's just going to be a two-person game with a regular AI. I believe in the African Kingdoms expansion they tweaked the AI so it is a little bit better, in that I can no longer play, or at least haven't tried to play, on hard difficulty. I used to be able to play one or two opponents on hard, but since that expansion I still have a couple problems with moderate every now and then, so I'm going to stick with moderate. A random land map and a small map size. It's just the two of us, but I like having a little bit more room to spread out, so I tend to keep it one or two player sizes above what I'm actually at. High resources to get the ball rolling a little bit quicker, and a 500 population limit. I would rather not reach a population limit, and I tend not to reach 500. If I do, sometimes the game can't handle it, but my philosophy is let the people breed. If I want to keep churning out units, then I'm going to keep churning out units until I hit that 500. I tend to keep it on a standard victory setting. I know this is not something that I have played in the past. I used to play exclusively Conquest, but now I enjoy the challenge of the Relic victory or the Wonder victory, and having to defend against those. In the past week or two, I've had to win a game by controlling all the relics, and win a game by building a Wonder. And just today even, I had to destroy a monastery and take a relic away from the enemies in order to keep them from winning with a relic victory. So I like the variety that's there. So I'm going to start the video, or the game up here, about 4 minutes into the video. I'm going to try to time it so that it's 4 minutes into my recording timer, which may be different from the video timer, and we'll see how long it takes for me to get to my first castle. Hopefully the map plays well with this and doesn't throw a couple of curveballs my way, and we'll see how things go. So if everybody's ready, of course you can pause and go make a sandwich, but here we go. So the first thing I'm going to do, shift, click villagers. That gets me 2 villagers on the way, or 5 villagers, excuse me. Take 2 villagers and start building houses. There's a lot going on here, so I will explain it momentarily. So by clicking my scout and... Perfect. By clicking my scout and shift right-clicking in the area that I want him to patrol to, I set a bunch of waypoints. That saves me some time in moving him around, and he can scout a little bit more efficiently. Alright, I just need this to go there. Okay. I need to find my berries here, so once all my villagers coming out of the town center, here we go. All the villagers coming out of the town center are going after sheep. This villager, I was trying to find some woods there to to build a lumber camp at, and this is kind of the best I got to do it quickly. And once he's done building that lumber camp, that will satisfy one of my 2 Dark Age buildings in order to advance to the next stage. Houses in the town center don't count. My mill will be my second. Once this villager is done constructing the mill, I will put that villager on sheep as well. And once this villager is done being built, I will be able to advance to the next stage. Here we go. So I am 1 minute and 30 seconds in, and I'm already off on my way to the feudal age here. I'm going to separate these sheep a bit because I don't want my villagers separating and harvesting from multiple sheep at once. If I only get one person harvesting from a single sheep, then I could end up with some spoilage. And I don't want spoilage. I want as much food as I can possibly get as quick as I can get. You'll notice I selected all of my gatherers, and even though they had just finished harvesting from this dead sheep, rather than let them deposit what they have into the town center and then come back to this next sheep, I wanted them to kill the next sheep and just get gathering as soon as possible, trying to waste as little time as I can. So right now we're just waiting. Same thing here. Get that sheep dead. Alright, what I'm going to do here, I line up this box right underneath my lumber camp, so that when I go up in age, I can hit the wheelbarrow right where the mouse is, and then click up and get the double bit axe from the lumber camp. Ready? Just like that. And now I'm back to the game. I don't have to worry about clicking researches or clicking on the technologies is what I meant to say, or anything along those lines. They're done very quickly, very efficiently, unlike my narration apparently. Some more sheep. So the food source that I go to first is always sheep. I believe that you harvest from sheep and hunting the fastest. I don't know that for sure, but that's my understanding, and that's just the way that I do things. It also prevents other teams from stealing your sheep and using them for themselves. So I'm trying not to build any more villagers, because I will soon have both of my buildings. Yep, this is exactly what I meant. Soon I'll have both my feudal age buildings, and I just need 800 food in order to advance to the castle age. Get this guy back on lumber. Alright, so as long as everything goes according to plan, I have 570. This sheep was another 100. This sheep's another 100, so it's going to be 770, plus I think they had some food on them. That puts me over 800, and I can blast off to the castle age right there. We'll see how much food I get off of this. Alright. So I don't know how many people are still holding on to some food, but I've got these 3 sheep in here, and they're 100 food apiece, so that's going to be more than enough food. You'll notice at this point I still only have one person gathering wood, because I've already built the 2 things that I need that cost any wood in order to get to the castle age. I'm going to let all of them deposit their food just to be safe here. Okay, so I need 50 more. I'm just going to let this sheep be entirely consumed rather than send these guys back now when I've gathered 50 food. Just because I want that extra food on hand as well. Oh, okay, well. So at 9 minutes and 58 seconds, I'm now on my way to the feudal age. What I didn't realize was, I'll check this here. I'm going to have to just let them kill those sheep. I believe... Okay, so the Italians' technology, advancing to the next stage, costs 15% less. Certainly would have been fantastic to know beforehand. I'm not used to playing as the Italians at all. Had I known that, I could have already been on my way to the Castle Age probably a good minute or so ago. So, you know, I'll try to look back when I'm editing this and see at what point I have the, I think it was like 658 food, and compare that to the time period at which I actually advance to the next stage, and we'll see how much time I could have saved there, and I will I'll add that to the narration at the end here. So I need somebody else on wood here, because I'm very soon not going to have enough. And where's a boar? Right here. So after my sheep, I go to boar. After the boar, I go to deer, which are up here. After the deer, I go to berries. After the berries, I go to farms. So you'll probably notice that that boar decided to divert itself away from the villager that had initially attacked it. And I don't know why that happens. I guess it's more realistic, but I think the way that the boar is sort of supposed to work, the there we go. The boar is supposed to follow the person that hits it first, and in this case, it ended up turning away for one reason or another. So he's now in the Castle Age. I beat him to the Castle Age by a whopping, what, 30 seconds. So the point is really to just get the boar as close to the town center or the mill as possible before it drops, and then harvest from it there. I only have 6 villagers gathering from this boar, so there's going to be some spoilage, and you'll see that in a second. Maybe? Alright, well, I guess not. The last game that I played, I only had 6 villagers, and I think the boar still had about 30 food left on him when they all decided to get up and go deliver their food. There's the other boar. So maybe that's another part of this civilization here. Anything about hunting here? Nope. Alright, well, I don't know then. So I guess it's 6 to 7 villagers. Alright, again, the key is not to let your villagers die. Now I know I could be sending all these villagers up to this castle to construct it faster. The problem is I do need food. I need to continue this game beyond... normally would need to continue this game beyond getting a castle. And in order to do that, I would need the extra food from this boar and all the other resources. So I can't just completely stop resource gathering. However, now I can certainly start building some more villages here, training some more villagers. This is going to be done soon. I want him here, actually, just to be safe. So one mistake I did make, you may have picked up, my town center was just sitting there doing nothing. I could have been creating villagers with the extra food that I had already. These 5 villagers I'm making now, or training now, they could already be out. And there's my first castle at 14 minutes and 50 seconds. That's recording or video time here, my recording timer. that's about 10 minutes and 50 seconds in, according to the point at which we started, which was 4 minutes into my recording timer. So with practice, certainly, and with a little bit more attention on my part, I very easily could have made this a 10-minute castle, and from that point forward I have access to my Genoese crossbowmen, and being that they cost wood and gold, I could start pounding all these trees. All this gold in here, I mean, that's a healthy amount of gold. Wall off, use this as a natural wall. Wall off my castle with the Ghost Lake map that this is. Can't build on the ice, but I can build a wall right around it. Back to the woods, and enclose myself in right in here. That would be fairly easy to do. From that point forward, I'd want to make sure I get a relic, at least one, to keep the enemy from getting a relic victory. And go from there. Hopefully the enemy isn't prepared to rush you. I've never been rushed, I guess. Typically, I think the enemy waits until the castle age, at least on moderate difficulty, and then they'll come at you. You saw some of the knights that were there, some cavalry that tried to get me, or maybe they were just scouting. I really have no idea. Guess it's about time I did that. And now that my castle's up, also, I can throw fletching in there. Now we're getting beyond the fast castle tutorial, so I'm just going to end the video here and my game. Unfortunately, this is a decent gameplay or run through for me. Like I said, not the best, but certainly not the worst. But I'm just going to stop this here so I can get this video posted. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to leave them in the comments section. And if you have any other suggestions, or would just like to see me go head-to-head against 7 hardest opponents, which I would certainly do if you want me to, although I guarantee you it won't be pretty, just let me know, and I will make it happen. So again, I hope you enjoyed. I will see you next time. As promised, I checked to see when I should have gone up to the castle age based off of the reduced resource requirement for the Italians. Come to find out, I only lost 30 seconds of time. So that very easily could push this down to a 10-minute fast castle, and I hope you use this well, and hope you enjoyed the video.